Welcome back, my dear students. Today we will explore the endocrine control of pregnancy, parturition or baby birth, and lactation, the hormonal journey that sustains life beyond fertilization. During pregnancy, hormones like HCG or human chorionic gonadotropin, progesterone, estrogen, and HPL or human placental lactogen maintains the uterus, support fetal growth, and prepare the mother for delivery or childbirth. At parturition, rising estrogen, progesterone, relaxin, and oxytocin, along with fetal signals, trigger the process of labor. After birth, prolactin produces milk and oxytocin releases it, while suckling sustains lactation and provides natural contraception. By the end of this class, you will see how these coordinated hormonal events ensure a healthy pregnancy, safe childbirth, and nourishment for the newborn, securing the continuity of life. Endocrine control of gestation or pregnancy. During pregnancy, a combination of maternal, fetal, and placental hormones ensure maintenance of pregnancy, growth and development of the fetus, and preparation of the mother for delivery and lactation. Hormones from the corpus luteum, progesterone. It maintains the endometrial lining or decidua. It prevents uterine contractions and avoid premature labor. It also promotes development of alveoli in mammary glands. The second hormone is the estrogen. It stimulates growth of the uterus or specifically the myometrium layer of the uterus. It increases uteroplacental blood flow and it helps in formation of progesterone receptors. The relaxin relaxes uterine muscles. It softens cervix and pelvic ligaments for the childbirth. Note, in humans, corpus luteum is active for the first 8 to 10 weeks, then the placenta takes over hormone production. The image showing the role of estrogen, progesterone and placenta during the pregnancy or gestation period. Placental hormones, human chorionic gonadotropin or HCG, it is secreted by the syncytiotrophoblasts cells of the placenta. This hormone maintains corpus luteum in early pregnancy and it is used as an early pregnancy test marker. Second hormone is the human placental lactogen or HPL, or it is called as human somatomamotropin. It increases lipolysis or the breakdown of fat and insulin resistance in the mother, and it also ensures glucose supply to fetus. It has lactogenic or breast promoting and growth promoting actions. Progesterone, it is released from the placenta. It takes over from corpus luteum after the first trimester. It maintains pregnancy throughout. Estrogen, mainly estriol, in late pregnancy it promotes synthesis of contractile proteins in the uterus. It increases oxytocin receptors and prepare uterus for the labor. The image showing the role of HCG, progesterone and estrogen in three different trimesters during the gestation or pregnancy period. Maternal pituitary and adrenal glands. Prolactin, which is released from the anterior pituitary, prepares mammary gland for milk secretion. And two other hormones, corticosteroids, that is maternal and fetal adrenal glands, promote lung maturation in fetus for the production of surfactant. Second one is the third one is the thyroid hormones. They support fetal metabolism and growth. So we know corpus luteum support early pregnancy by releasing progesterone, estrogen and relaxin. Placenta maintain hormone source after 10 weeks, that is HCG, HPL, progesterone and estrogen. Our maternal glands, they also release prolactin, that is responsible for breast preparation, cortisol for fetal lung development and thyroxine for fetal growth. So the image showing the role of hypothalamus and pituitary hormones. Pituitary secrete ACTH which acts on the adrenal gland and it will secrete cortisol, and this cortisol hormone it promote lung maturation within placenta. Maternal cortisol and fetal cortisol both is responsible for the placental lung growth, and this image also show the roles of involvement of various hormones in the process of maternal pituitary and adrenal gland development during gestation or period or pregnancy period. Now we should study the endocrine control of parturition or childbirth. Parturition is basically the process of childbirth. It involves hormonal regulation and three stages of labor. This is the three stages of labor: stage of dilation, second stage is the stage of expulsion, and thirdly it is the placental stage. So what is the stages of labor? Stages of dilation, it takes about 6 to 12 hours. From onset of labor, cervix dilates up to 10 centimeter and regular uterine contractions occur. Amniotic sac ruptures and spontaneously or artificially. Stage of expulsion, 10 minutes to few hours from complete dilation to delivery of the body, and the placental stage, or 5 to 30 minutes or more expulsion of placenta, it happens after birth. Strong contractions constrict blood vessels and it prevent hemorrhage. Duration of pregnancy, normal term for the pregnancy is roughly 280 days or 40 weeks from the last menstrual period. Term range, it is 37 to 42 weeks. Preterm is before 37 weeks and it risks of complication, and post-term is after 42 weeks, and perinatal morbidity and mortality occurs at this time. Endocrine control of parturition or triggers, fetal endocrine control. Fetal adrenal cortex releases cortisol hormone that stimulate placental estrogen production via DHEAS, and it matures fetal lungs for the production of surfactant. It also increases placental CRH or corticotropin releasing hormone, which is responsible for positive feedback. Now we should study placental and maternal changes due to greater secretion of estrogen and lesser secretion of progesterone ratio. Estrogen receptors and gap junctions in uterus are promoted, and the progesterone withdrawal removes contraction inhibition. Then prostaglandins, that is PGF2A alpha and PGE2, they are released from the decidua and fetal membranes, decidua of placenta and the fetal membranes. They cause cervical ripening and uterine contraction. The third hormone from the placental and maternal changes is the relaxin that softens cervix and loosens pelvic ligament. Neuroendocrine reflex or Ferguson reflex, it is also called as. So uterine stretch and fetal head pressure promotes hypothalamus and posterior pituitary. The oxytocin it triggers powerful uterine contractions, and positive feedback loop causes labor intensified until birth. So in short, we can say that fetal cortisol plus estrogen dominance and prostaglandins and oxytocin, these four hormones are responsible for coordinated onset of the labor process or parturition. Now you should learn the endocrine control of lactation. Lactation means mammary gland preparation and milk production, milk ejection and maintenance. Now preparation during pregnancy, estrogen is responsible for ductal growth, that is the development of the mammary duct. Progesterone is responsible for the alveolar development within breast. Prolactin, human placental lactogen, cortisol and thyroid hormones are responsible for functional differentiation. High estrogen and progesterone block actual milk secretion until delivery. This is the prolactin hormone, the yellow. It will release from the brain, anterior pituitary, and it will acts on the breast for milk production. And oxytocin hormone, which is also secreted from the posterior pituitary, it is responsible for milk ejection, and the suckling by the baby gives a positive feedback on the pituitary gland for the secretion of prolactin and oxytocin hormone. Now initiation or lactogenesis, after birth estrogen and progesterone fall, then prolactin from the anterior pituitary is responsible for milk synthesis, the production of milk protein, casein, milk carbohydrate lactose and the fat. Milk ejection, that is galactokinesis, when baby suckles, so the suckling activity promote hypothalamus to release oxytocin from the posterior pituitary, and then oxytocin contracts myoepithelial cells and milk leg down. Maintenance or galactopoiesis. Continuous suckling keeps prolactin hormone high, and suckling processes suppresses GnRH, which downregulate the FSH and LH hormone, and it causes lactational amenorrhea, and it is also causes acts as natural contraception. Now, what are the clinical notes? HCG is responsible for pregnancy test marker in trophoblastic tumors. Its concentration is increases. Progesterone deficiency causes recurrent miscarriage. Preterm labor when treated with prostaglandin inhibitors or oxytocin antagonist. Failure of lactation, then pituitary damage or Sheehan syndrome. So what is the hormonal control of lactation? We know stimulation of the nipple by the baby's suckling activity initiate action potentials in the sensory neurons that connect with the hypothalamus. In response, the hypothalamus stimulates the posterior pituitary to release oxytocin and the anterior pituitary to release prolactin. Then oxytocin stimulates milk release from the breast, and prolactin stimulates additional milk production. This is the image showing the regulation of uh, lactation by hormone. We know prolactin is responsible for milk synthesis, oxytocin is responsible for milk ejection, and the suckling activity maintains both milk synthesis and milk ejection, and it also suppresses the process of fertility. So my dear students, today we saw how hormones orchestrate the journey from pregnancy to childbirth and lactation. Maternal, fetal and placental hormones support gestation. Estrogen, prostaglandins, relaxin and oxytocin drive parturition, and prolactin with oxytocin ensures milk production and let down. Remember, this seamless process depends on precise hormonal balance. Any disrupts can affect pregnancy, delivery or lactation. The endocrine system truly safeguards the continuity of life. So, my dear students, thank you for watching. Keep learning, stay curious, and I will see you in the next class. Thank you.